Hello everyone, Michael here from Bryn Quilts. I just want to thank you for tuning in today. I am working on the block 2 for Inspired by Color, and it is called the Lake Superior block. And I kind of wanted to give you a quick little tutorial to go through with it, just so you can kind of see what it was. I know that I did this similar last month, and I would just like to take you through it. So let's jump in. All right, let me lower this and we can start with this one right here. So what you're gonna do is you're going to take your B fabric, which is 3.5 inches, and you have 4 of them, okay? And you also need your C fabric, which is 6.5 inches. What you're gonna do is you're gonna take those B fabrics that are 3.5, and you're gonna draw a line corner to corner, and then you're going to sew on the line. And then what you're gonna do is you're going to press, do it to 2 sides, and then you'll press it out, okay? And then you'll remove 1/4 inch to the outside to remove the bulk, and then you'll do that to all 4 sides. And that's how you make your middle diamond in a square, okay? So now what we're gonna do is we are going to work on our triangle units, which is our quarter triangle units, all right? And you have 2. You have one with A and C fabric with a B fabric, and then you also have an A and C fabric with a D fabric. So what you're gonna do is you're gonna take your block like this, okay? Which is your A and your C fabric. Okay, I don't know if you guys could see that. Perfect. And then you're gonna sew a line corner to corner. You wanna make sure that your B and your C fabric are all on the top, okay? What you wanna do is you'll sew 1/4 inch all the way down, and then you will press towards your darker fabric, which in this case is my C fabric. And then you end up with your triangle. Okay, just like this. So then what you want to do is you want to take your B fabric and you want to lay it right sides together. As you can see, these are oversized, which is fine because I'm going to teach you how to trim them down. And then you have your B fabric and your D fabric, just like this, okay? So then what you want to do is you want to sew 1/4 inch all the way down. Try to center this as much as possible. It doesn't really matter at this point because you're going to be trimming these down. They are oversized. So then what you want to do is you want to take this, and I use the Clearly Perfect slotted trimmer. And let me grab that for you so I can show you all how to do it. And then on this side where you have the 2 seams that meet, that's where you want to lay their center line right on that sew line, okay? And then you want to lay it at 3.5 inches. As you can see, I'm taking a lot off, but you'll end up with a perfect cut every time, okay? So I'm laying their sew line on my sew line and making sure that that center line is right in the center of that. And then we're gonna go like this. We're gonna trim one side off, flip, sew that off, trim that off, and then we're going to cut our notches out. So then you end up with a perfect unit, just like this, okay? I'm gonna do it one more time, and I'm gonna show you with the opposite color which is the D fabric, okay? So again, that center line on the line, and my sew line on their sew line. And then we're going to trim that off and trim that off. And then there's little notches on the ruler to do it that way. You'll just, cut it out. You could use your preferred method of trimming these. You will be trimming these down to 3.5 inches, okay? And there you go. That's it. So now what you want to do is you want to take 2 of them and you want to put them right sides together, making sure that you're nesting the seams. You're going to sew 1/4 of an inch all the way down, and you end up with this. If you've pressed these in opposite directions, you will end up with them nesting, and you'll have a perfect point every time. You'll take 4 of these units, 2 and 2, and then you'll put them together like this. You'll take the other 2 and you'll sew them together, but then you'll sew a 3.5 inch square on either side, and you'll do that twice, okay? So you should have 2 of these sets and 2 of these sets of your 1/4 square triangles. Then what you're gonna do is you're going to take your center block and you're gonna put this right sides together like this. You'll do one on one side, one on the other, okay? You'll put it right sides together like that, and then you'll sew a 1/4 of an inch all the way down, okay? Once you have done that, you'll take this unit and then you'll take these like this, and you will sew this on top of this, and then if it's down, this side is down here, you'll sew that on like that, and that will complete your block, okay? I know this is very similar to the first block that we did, which is perfect because now you already know how to make these units. You just have to make more of them. So I just wanted to bring that to you, a little quick tutorial. I hope everybody is enjoying their time and is enjoying this block of the month. Thank you so much for signing up, and I hope to see you all soon. And look out for April to come, and we will have our April release. So talk to you soon. Love everybody. Happy quilting, and God bless. Mwah.